So now that you're watching this video on internet, I can safely assume you have an access to computational device and you are interacting with it. When I say computational device, I don't just mean laptop. I also mean smartphones and tablets. Today we will understand computers or computational devices, and you all are interacting with computer. You just don't understand them technically, or maybe you do. Here is a test about of how much of technical understanding do you have with computers. You are interacting with computers and you are giving them instructions, but maybe you are relying on code which is written by someone else to give that instructions. So for example, now you are playing this video. To do this, you have given your device instructions of some form, and to do that you have downloaded application of YouTube. It was coded by someone else, so someone who understands the language of computer has written a piece of software, and you are borrowing it or you are reusing it. So even now you are giving computers instructions, but you don't understand the language of computers. This video series is dedicated to teaching and understanding the language of computers, exploring it, so that we all can give them a better instructions. This is what programming is and task of programming is. This video series is dedicated to that, and today is just a small introduction to what computers are. I can give you clean and clear answer in just one go, but the point is not to know the right answer, but the point is also to think. So today we won't just define what a computer is, but we will arrive it after giving some thoughts. So I want you all to think about computer. When I say computer, what comes to your mind? And we will point out some observations, and from there we will we will keep sharpening it. So our concept of what computer is gets more and more clear. So let's. So the question that we are addressing now is, what is computer? So to arrive at very clear, conclusive answer, such an answer which sets us on the journey towards understanding the language of computers and programming, we will start by stating observations, as I said earlier. So what are the observations that we can make around these devices? First of all, it is a device. Secondly, it consumes electricity. This is the second observation that we can make. um, as I said, you are interacting with computational device. So one more observation which we can make is we can interact with these devices. So we can interact with them. What can be the next observation that we can make? um, Go back to what I have said. I did said you give these devices instructions. So the another observation which we can make is we can give them instructions. What else? They have interface. We can go on to describing their appearance, but that description is not of much use to us. So now these are few observations that we have made about these devices. Now based on these observations, what how can we describe them in such a way that all of these observations are true, such that that description gives us a sense of these observations and about what this device is. um, so we can give them instructions. So we can ask ourselves, how do they what does it mean to give instructions and making them do a certain task? So when we give them instructions, they do obey something, such as like right now you asked them to play this video and the device played it. So the device takes your instructions and performs certain actions. These actions can be thought of as computations, because computers fundamentally can just store numbers in some fashion, and we perform certain transformations to it, and that we perform certain transformations to it by giving them set of instructions. This is what these devices do. So we can say these are computational devices. Computational in sense they perform computations, um, and so we can now say that they are computational devices. So computer is a computational device which operates on electricity. Computer is a computer is a computational device which operates on electricity. um, they can interact with they can take instructions and perform computations according to this set of instructions. Given set of instructions. So what does this give? So what does this tell us about computers? Computers need instructions. Computers perform computation, and computers consume electricity. Uh, we are missing one more thing. So when we say we give them instructions, how do they store instructions? And there is one more thing that they do. They also store information. So right now I'm recording this video. So they use sensory devices such as mic, and they record it. They store it in some form. We call it, they store information. Whatever we put in the computer, we can call it information. As for computers, some form of sensory readings are translated into numbers, and computers store and operate with those numbers. So we can say computers deal with information, and everything that computer stores and operates is information of some form. It is memory, and they have memory. So this is also one more important observation. They store information, and they store information in numerical representation. So this gives us a fair sense of what a computer is when we are looking at it technically. So a computer will have sensory devices which will take readings, such as, like, even when you're typing, there are sensory devices which detects which key is it that you have entered, and then it is converted into the numbers that computers can understand. So computers will have sensory devices. Computers can perform computations. Second thing is, computer stores information in numbers. So this means to do that they have memory of some sorts, and they can perform computations. So these are the three main components of so these are the three main components of computer. From In the next video we will look at more technical description of this input output or sensory devices memory, and the how does computer performs computation. Maybe we won't look at sensory devices that much, but in next video we will focus on how computers perform computations, and how do they store so the memory that they have. And in the next video we will start with some programming. In this series I won't be using high level language. We will do programming in low level language assembly, which is very close to machine code. So stay tuned for that, and see you in the next video. We will understand computers incrementally. We will develop concepts as we go on. So trying to set the foundation and trying to set your chain of thoughts, uh, you can now go to chat gpt and look for very specific answers. So just giving specific answers is not enough in my opinion. You have to go through the chain of thoughts. So this is what I have tried to do in this video. I instead of just giving you very clear definition of what computer is, I have kept it vague and asked you to think about it, and to incrementally arrive at a more conclusive thought. So the point is not to just have the right answer, but also to arrive at that answer. That is what makes you a programmer, or that is what gives you an expertise or a command over any subject or concept. So that is what we are doing, and see you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned.